Hey, what is up guys, and I'm bringing you guys some more Blacklight Retribution. And this game, if you guys haven't seen my last video of this gameplay, it is a futuristic FPS. I just want to state that for people who don't know what the game is. So this gameplay, I did pretty well. I think I went 16-4, but I'm gonna give you guys a few tips and tricks on how you should play the game and how to win pretty much and how to get kills. So this game is heavily based on that you can sense or you can tell where other people are. You gotta really use your HRV to your advantage pretty much. I mean, not using it is a waste because other people use it like 24/7 as well. But the thing is, you want to limit your time using the HRV. You want to just when you're walking around places, make sure you're in cover. Don't use it just right in the open because you're an easy target. So in situations where you can use it, make sure you're using it when it's kind of quiet, you know, you're kind of walking around and you have cover around you. That's when you should use it. Even then, your HRV should be used at the most minimal time limit. So like, just go around and peek. Pretty much, just peek, take a peek, look around you, and then start moving on and get to your target. That's the big thing about this game. A lot of people just like to use their HRV whenever, and that usually gets them killed. So make sure you use the HRV to your advantage and use it at the best times possible. Somehow I got that guy off, but you know, maybe he can get his aim on me. This isn't really a tip, but one thing about this game is, since it's a free to play, I had to rebuy all of my stuff, and I didn't have enough money for it, so I've been trying to play it more often. So the thing, you have to pretty much play this game every day in order to keep up with your items. So moving on to the tips, you want to use your cover. You want to use the cover. There's a whole lot of cover in this game. The way the maps are designed, there's always cover because HRV is there and it's a thing. So even though you're behind cover, you're not always safe because there's always things like grenades and stun mines and all the equipment that can be used in this game. So you want to make sure you're not behind cover for a very long time. You want to get your shots off as well. I mean, you gotta start moving from place to place. Camping is a really bad idea in this game because HRV is a thing. Like I said, HRV will get you spotted as just like a flick of your thumb right there. You're already gone. You're already goner. So you want to make sure you want to move from place to place within a short time span. But you want to make sure you check your corners. You want to make sure you check your surroundings with the HRV once in a while. This is a good way to stay alive. In this game, I only died 4 times, so that's a good thing to keep in mind. Don't try and keep yourself alive. Don't just do some stupid things where don't just jump in the middle of a firefight, or don't just jump into a group of people where it's highly unlikely you're going to survive. You may get one guy off, but nah, it's a good chance you're going to get killed at that point. So scoping, I think the big question is whether you should scope in or shoot from hip. Well, shooting from the hip, it depends on your design of your gun. I mean, because you can customize your gun heavily in this game, so some guns are different. You can have it set so that it's at really close quarters. You might want to use like assault rifles at close range, but make sure you're at hip fire. Make sure you hip fire at close range with an assault rifle because the scope in time on the assault rifle is a little bit slower. So if you're confronting a guy, you gotta make sure you get the first shot off. So you're gonna want to shoot from the hip. What I like to do is I start shooting from the hip first, and then once I get my sights on him, I scope in and I can get more accurate shots and I can get the guaranteed kill. So the one thing is, when you do that, you gotta make sure you aim for the head. Aiming for the head is a big part of the game. For things like if you're trying to surprise them, aiming for the head is not really your first agenda. You don't really want to get your sights on his head first. If you're trying to surprise him or jumping around from a corner, make sure you use your hip fire to your ability at that point, because getting your scope in time is not really worth it, because you probably won't even get a kill and you'll lose a life there. So at long range situations, even if you have a submachine gun or a assault rifle, they're not really great at super long range. Depends on how you set up your weapon. But at long ranges, you don't want to just spray. I learned this in Counter-Strike Source. Spraying is not really your best friend in long range situations. So you gotta make sure you burst. In some situations in this gameplay, you see me bursting sometimes. So that's really the smartest thing to do when you're at a 1v1 situation, or a 2v2, 2v1, or whenever you're in a situation where it's a long range and the other guy has the upper hand with a bolt action or a burst rifle. So at that point, you kind of want to set the stage straight, or even the shooting ground, or the battlefield, I guess. I'm trying to find the right words for it. You want to even the battlegrounds, pretty much. You want to make sure you have close to the amount of accuracy his weapon has at long range. So you want to utilize your burst at long ranges. You can also use burst at medium ranges. I like to use burst whenever I have whenever I know I have the kill. I'm pretty sure I have the kill. But whenever you're in a 1v1 situation in your close quarters, make sure you just spray it out. Because chances are he's gonna get a kill on you if he's spraying on you. Alright, so things like the weapons, and you wanna like the depots. The depots are one of the main things in this game. You wanna make sure your health is always at more than half or max, because if the guy has more health than you, it's just a common sense thing. You're dead. So you want to utilize the depots in this game. You got to make sure your surroundings are safe and clear. Make sure there's no enemies around you. But you want to make sure you use the depot to your best advantage. Go in there, get a health refill or an ammo refill. But also, if you're not doing it if you're not going to depot for ammo refill or health refill, you could always get I don't know if you guys do this a lot, but a minigun. I have a minigun set, or like a flamethrower, or special weapons. If you want to get a special weapon at the depot, you got to make sure your surroundings are safe, as well as when you're trying to refill your health or ammo. But here's a tip on whenever you're trying to get your hard suit out on the ground, and you gotta make sure your surroundings are safe. That's the biggest thing about using the depot. You gotta make sure your surroundings are safe. Use the HRV, scan the area, and then call in your hard suit. But even when you get your hard suit, before you call it in, you gotta check around. You gotta check around one more time. So that's my tip. Check around once, and then buy the actual hard suit. And then before you use the targeter and call it in, you gotta check again, and then that's when you call it in. Having teammates close to you when you call in the hard suit is always a good thing, because likely they'll go for your teammate rather than you. So you just saw there, I went from a 1v1 hard suit situation. You gotta make sure in those situations you fire off the cannon first and then the minigun, because likely you'll get the most damage in that situation. Alright, so that's pretty much it for today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully the tips help you out, guys, and I shall see you later.